guys, and welcome back to another brand new video for you today. As you can tell, this is my Thor Ragnarok review for you, and I'm here. I just got back from watching it, so this might seem a little out of the blue weird. But man, I don't know what to say. This is just kind of strange, and I'll talk about that more with what I mean. But I just got back watching it, and I can't contain it, guys. I'm sorry. I really want to have this be like a really, fun, uplifting review for you. I just got, I got back from watching it, so I'm kind of tired. But I gotta be honest, I was disappointed. It just, oh man. I'm gonna start off with what I liked about the film first, and then I'll get into a lot of my issues that I had with this film. But I liked that. Okay, my favorite part of this film was Loki. He didn't change at all. He was still the same Loki. Still cute. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I loved Loki in this film. I thought he was great. He was funny. He brought out the, I just feel like him and Thor just had this like a good chemistry, and I don't think will ever change. I just think it's really good. Their dynamic that they have with each other is just really good. And then I liked the Doctor Strange scene. I liked that they brought him in. I thought he was gonna have a little bit of a bigger role to play, but maybe they didn't do it because, I don't know, story or something like that. Anyway, but no, I liked him in it. I thought he was good. Some of the comedy I liked in this film. I thought some of it felt natural, which seemed really funny. For me, I like more natural feeling of comedy. I just like that more. That's just more, I don't know, I just think it's more funny that way when it just flows more naturally. But I liked Doctor Strange, I liked Loki, and Thor, I guess. Well, I don't know, it's confusing. But I'm gonna try to make this like a really enjoyable review for you guys. I know that when I really enjoy a film and I come to watch somebody, and I hope that they enjoy it as much as, I did, and all they're doing is, talking flack about it, I can get annoyed very easily. So I don't want that to come across as annoying to you guys at all. I just gotta be honest, and I want to have honest reviews for you, because if anything, here's my critique of the film. If you love the first two Thor films, if you love the way Thor was, if you love the way that story was told, or with a more serious tone, I would say don't watch this film. Just don't watch it. There, I guess, if you're looking for a non-spoiler part, even though I kind of mentioned Doctor Strange, but if you've seen Doctor Strange, you kind of already know that he's going to be in this film, so I don't consider that really a spoiler, but sorry if you got spoiled for that. But anyway, this is a spoiler-y review for you, so I will get into spoilers, so click off now if you don't want spoilers. So, anyway, yes, guys, I gotta be honest, that's really all I enjoyed about the film. I'm sorry, I really wanted to enjoy this film. I was looking at interviews with Chris Hemsworth, because I usually just like to watch those sometimes just to kind of get a feel before going into the movie. And he was saying that he kind of got sick of playing Thor, which can kind of be understandable, because they don't really do much with Thor. But I love Thor. I've loved the past two movies. I like the second one the best, even though a lot of people didn't like that film. I thought it was great. And I thought it made me cry, and I just, because of Loki, and then he ended up not being dead. Yeah, I love Loki. I just think anytime he's on screen, he just steals it. But he was saying that he, kind of got sick of playing Thor, and so him and the director kind of wanted to do something different with a different approach, kind of rewrite it. And I'll be honest, I was worried when I heard that. I was like, oh dear. I said, this is not gonna be like a comedy, is it? I was like afraid. I was like, oh. So I was like, okay, I'm going in with low expectations. so hopefully I'll come out with the movie loving it. I didn't. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't. It wasn't like he seemed like Thor. The movie itself just felt kind of like it didn't go together. My brother's out there. My brother's really upset. He loves Thor, and he keeps saying they ruined Thor, which I can understand him. At the same time, Anyway, I was talking about it. It just didn't seem like it came together as a film like other Marvel. It just didn't seem like it fit into the Marvel universe. It seemed like more like they were trying to go for the Guardians of the Galaxy approach, where like, oh, people love Guardians of the Galaxy. People love the comedy in Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's do the same thing with Thor. It doesn't work. I'm sorry. Because of the way you've already, especially doing that in the third installment of this franchise, like, you can't rewrite it. You can't rewrite the third movie because there's not going to be any more going after that. So I just felt like that was just kind of dumb. I'm like, they should have, if you're going to change things that much, then you need to lead off with that. It just, like, I felt like the whole gladiator, warrior kind of fighting story arc, I just felt like that shouldn't have been in the film because it didn't need to be. Because I felt like, oh, here's Hela and here's Asgard that's in a lot of danger. We need to go save it, but yet here's this planet that essentially puts people into fight, like gladiators. And here's Thor. He's along with it, so that's great. We're all along for the ride. It just didn't. It seemed like two different stories. I'm like, you need to pick one and stick with this. It just didn't. It didn't draw me in. It didn't make me feel like there were any stakes with it. It just didn't make me feel like I was drawn into the movie. Now, a scene I did like was when Hulk comes into that. Oh darn it! What's it called? What's that ship called? Anyway, the plane ship thing. Thor's trying to get it to work, and that video comes up of Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow. In that video that we see in Age of Ultron, and I thought that was a good scene, but it seemed like it was progressing to be a good scene, and then all of a sudden they were kind of shoehorning it in with comedy, and it just didn't work. Like, I liked it, but at the same time, it felt like they were forcing in comedy when there didn't need to be. I think that's why I liked the second Thor film a lot better, is because it was a more serious film, that those lighthearted moments did make me laugh a lot more, because it was unexpected, and it just felt like it lightened up the movie maybe a little bit, and I liked that. But yeah, that was a good scene. But Bruce Banner just felt kind of cliche a little bit in this film, and some of the jokes I just felt were too much. I'm like, the writers on this, tone it down with the jokes. I don't need that many jokes. It just seemed like every 5 seconds they were trying to have a joke in there, and it didn't work for me. Because I think, for me personally, when there's too much comedy, it's not as funny for me. But I mean, it made me laugh at some of the scenes, like the scene with Thor and Hulk, like fighting it out. I thought that was funny. I laughed at that. I thought it was funny. And the Loki stuff, I thought was great, because they have a history and stuff like that. So I just thought that was funny. Yeah. So yes, I don't know what's going on with my hair today. Anyway, but yes, so that was funny. But I could not stand the one guy with like the guns, the bald-headed guy. Ugh, he needed to go. This is no offense towards the actor. He just needed to go. I was done with him from the very beginning. I just thought I was like, I am going to hate this guy. And then I ended up whatever. I did not like the character. And so Hela seemed kind of like some of the stuff, like, this is kind of serious. You kind of need to emphasize, talk on this more. Like, oh, she's a she's the oldest of the Asgardian family, Odin family. She's the older child. She's the sister to Thor. Oh, really? I was surprised when I heard that. Okay, expand on that more. Don't just say, oh, it's his sister. This Asgard's been kind of a lie. But they didn't treat it like it was anything serious. They were just like, oh, okay, whatever. You know, she's the sister of Thor and Loki. Yeah, it didn't work. I was like, let me care. I do not care about this woman. All she is just bad. I mean, she was acted well. It's not like any parts in this film were acted badly. It was just didn't work. It made no sense. And probably the most stupid thing I think in this film for me, guys. I'm sorry if you disagree. Click off this video if you don't want to hear. But the whole eye patch thing. Like what? I was sitting in my chair. I was like, but I had hope. I was like, oh, okay. It's gonna grow. Yeah, like, I don't know. My brain thinks of this. I was like, oh, it's gonna grow back. You know, it's not gonna. He's not gonna be Odin / Deathstroke of this universe. I was like, his hair is already enough. Then they did the eye patch. Then they did the stinking Asgard. We are a people. Asgard is not a place. We are a people. Like, if you're gonna do that, make me care a little bit more. Cause I did. I mean, from the first 2 films, yeah. Duh, I care about Asgard. So yeah, when it's just blown up just stupidly like that, like, oh, we are, like, it just didn't, like, I ended up not caring. Like, I cared, but at the same time, like, it didn't have that emotional, like, you don't care that, it's like, and where are they gonna go build Asgard now? Earth? Norway? I don't know. I'm like, okay, that didn't seem very... I don't know, it just seems kind of stupid. I was like, okay, Norway. I don't know how that's gonna go, considering the government and everyone. I know that's in the US, but they have ties to everything else, so I'm just like, who's gonna let you just build a kingdom on Earth like that? I'm sorry, it's not gonna work unless it's invisible. Maybe Doctor Strange will make it invisible. I don't know. But yeah, that was the stupidest part of the film for me. The eye patch thing, and then the Asgardian is not a place, it is a people. Like, I thought that was stupid. I'm sorry, I thought that was stupid. The girl, no, I'm sorry. And if they are hinting at them having a romantic relationship, it doesn't work. Please do not do that. It does not work. I thought Jane and Thor were a better couple than these two, because, like, at the end of the film, my sister, she turns to me, because I saw it with my sister, she turns to me and she's like, oh yeah, their chemistry does not work out. I was like, chemistry? What? And she's like, yeah, they're like hinting at them being kind of a couple. And I was thinking about it, I was like, no. I turned to her, I was like, they aren't gonna be a couple. And she's like, no, but they were hinting at that. And once I was thinking, I was like, I really hope they don't do that. They have no chemistry whatsoever. I'm sorry, they don't. I would pick the Mary Jane thing in Spider-Man over this stinking relationship. It does not work. And the whole, like, I don't know, Marvel does this way too much with their female characters. They make them way too stupid. I'm sorry. Black Widow, she's okay. I don't love her, but the way they have them act is just like, that's not, you want me to respect having this kind of powerful woman. Have her act a little bit more respectable here. Like, going in and just walking like this. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think that's, like, I just think it's stupid. Anyway, I'm like ranting. I know it seems like I hated the film, guys. I didn't hate the film. I just think it was just really disappointing. And the action, I didn't think it was gonna be serious because of what Chris Hemsworth said. I was getting nervous, and so, yeah, I'm going over my 15-minute marker here. Anyway, so yeah, once I heard that, I was definitely nervous, and I was like, oh dear, I really hope they don't ruin Thor, because I love Thor. And I have to say, yeah, guys, if I were to rate this film, I'd probably rate it a 4 out of 10, just because, I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry I don't like it. I mean, it was okay. It was okay. I enjoyed watching it, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is a Marvel movie, this is Thor. it doesn't feel that way. You know, it doesn't feel like a Marvel movie because it didn't feel like it connected with anything. Like, they were just throwing out everything from the past 7 times that Thor has been in films. It just seems stupid and it didn't seem like it worked. And I'm sorry. But yes, this is probably the first Marvel film I've come out of. Except, I mean, Civil War was different. I was very disappointed in Civil War. But I didn't have the same feeling that, like, I felt like the stuff in it worked. I just wasn't really a fan of how it worked out. This was different. I just felt like they didn't tie anything together. They were just throwing stuff in, and then comedy was just the main focus of this film. So that is my review for you guys. I'm sorry that again, that I didn't like it. I hope this was an enjoyable review for you. But yes, so I hope you guys, if you guys liked it, tell me down below. If I missed something, please, I want to hear, no matter how much I might disagree with you, I still want to hear your comments below. And please leave them. Please like this video, please share it, and please subscribe for more. And I hope the next review I do for you guys will be better. So, yes. So, that is my review for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, even though I didn't. And let me know what you thought down below. So, I'll see you guys.